Hello, my name is Herman. This video is the 15th and penultimate in a series of 16 videos in which we analyze toxic relationships. In this video, we will discuss the control exerted by a narcissist on their partner and the tactics they employ for that purpose. Although we specifically focus on a relationship where a man is involved with a narcissistic woman, these videos can be useful for both men and women, as narcissistic abuse can affect both genders equally. Narcissists are extremely jealous. Often, you can notice this early in the relationship. This can be seen as one of the early warning signs. For example, imagine you're walking through the city with your narcissistic girlfriend, and you encounter a female colleague who starts a conversation with you. When you return home, your new girlfriend turns out to be furious with you for talking to another woman. If, out of fear, you stop talking to female colleagues outside of work, it marks the beginning of cutting off your social contacts. What narcissists aim to achieve is that you become isolated from family and friends. They will handle this very subtly, step by step. Gradually, you lose all your social contacts and only associate with the circle of friends of your narcissistic partner. This way, they gain complete control over you. However, your girlfriend is meanwhile in contact with other men via WhatsApp. When you confront her about it, she may dismiss it, saying it's nothing and that you shouldn't be so jealous. Once she has full control over you, she might suddenly tell you that she's going on vacation with a few single girlfriends. This is the same woman who forbids you from talking to a female colleague and persuaded you to end friendships. When you confront her about her hypocritical behavior, she will resort to narcissistic tactics. For instance, she might use projection, portraying you as a jealous man who begrudges her everything. This is, of course, very hypocritical and unreasonable behavior. However, there is a significant difference in how society views it when it comes to a man. Imagine if this happened to a woman, and she sought advice from a friend. The friend would likely tell her that this is a wrong man and that he's probably cheating. The friend's assessment is probably correct. But if a man seeks advice from a friend, he'll likely be told not to exaggerate and that his own wife does the same. He might be told that a relationship is based on trust, and he should trust his wife. After hearing this response a few times, he may start to believe that he is indeed overreacting and being paranoid. Instead of recognizing the situation he's in, he begins to consider it normal. Normal to have lost almost all his friends because she saw them as a threat to their relationship. Normal for her to go out with her single girlfriends while forbidding him from doing the same. Normal for her to have a heated argument with him if he attempts the same. This is the hypocritical standard regarding men and women prevalent in our society. However, just like with any form of abuse, it doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman doing it. Abuse is simply wrong. Treating your partner in this way is abuse. In our society, men are more likely to be seen as perpetrators, and women as victims. And if a man is abused by his wife, he's more likely to be viewed as weak rather than a victim. What people often overlook is that a woman who abuses her husband physically or psychologically most likely does the same to the children. Back to the main topic of the video. Your narcissistic girlfriend prohibits you from associating with almost everyone but goes out with her single girlfriends. They control and restrict you in this way because they have no problem deceiving you. But the thought of you doing the same to them is unbearable for them. In the early stages of the relationship, they adapt to you and make you feel like you've found your soulmate. But as the relationship progresses, they start criticizing more and more the things you say, do, or your friends. They do this in a way that makes you feel guilty. Once they achieve this, you will comply with their absurd demands. That is the moment when they know they have complete control over you. In the last video of this series, we will delve further into the hypocritical behavior of narcissists and how they brainwash you. If you don't want to miss this video, subscribe to this channel and also click on the notification bell. Also, read the articles on the website www.unmaskingnarcissism.com. Additionally, you can download a free ebook there with 10 tips for recovering from narcissistic abuse. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time.